So this is the new Nothing Ear 3, and it sees some new design updates and also performance updates and some really cool new features. Let's talk about it. As usual, you notice the transparent casing, which is something we've got to know about Nothing so far. So it reveals what's inside of the case without having to open it. You got this nice dimple on top there as well, which allows you to sort of rotate it like so you can have it as a fidget spinner if you like to. And then you notice as well, here we have a discrete lanyard opening. So you can have that as a wrist strap or around your neck, depending on what you want to do. And then we open it up, we notice this aluminium accent. So you get the LED indicator lights there, which is next to the Nothing logo, and this nice brushed aluminium finishing, or polished metal accents rather, looks really cool as well. I love this finish that they've got here. It looks premium, and also you get the pairing button still there as always. And then we get this new talk button, which is for the super mic, which is also located on this side. We'll talk more about that shortly. USB-C ports there. And this is a wireless charging case, so you'll be able to charge your device wirelessly on the go. Take the earbud out of the case, you notice the stem has custom metal inside there, which allows for transfer of data over wireless, over Bluetooth, very easier and more stable as well. So we have a metal insulator, metal antenna in there, which is been shrunk down to 0.35 millimeters thick. So again, this transparency there in terms of the case allows us to see what's inside and the inner workings, including that metal sheet that's in there as well. Pretty cool. And this is designed to fit nice and snug in your ear without causing you to feel a bit claustrophobic or anything like that. You also get soft silicone tips as well, which is nice and comfortable in ear. You can have different sizes, which comes in the packaging, but I tend to use the one that just comes straight already pre-installed on the earbuds. The earbuds are pretty impressive in terms of the size and the weight as well. It's pretty lightweight because this houses the driver, the bone conduction, voice pickup unit, and a 55 milliamp hour battery in each earbuds. So if you ask me, that is pretty impressive. As far as the design goes though, the ear fit is really nice. It fits nice and comfortable in ear. It's not gonna go anywhere. It feels very nice and snug. What I also like is the lightweightness of it because it doesn't feel like you're wearing anything. It's almost like just air in your ears. It's comfortable and it's not claustrophobic, especially when it comes to the active noise cancellation feature. Now let's talk about that super microphone feature or super mic feature, which I think is kind of cool that they've included that. So super mic is built into the case. So it has a dual microphone with ambient filtering technology. So this allows it to cut through environmental noise by up to 95 decibels and is good for calls and voice notes. You basically use that button there on the side. You basically press that to talk. You press and hold for voice notes, so it works with various applications. And also you can double press it to lock for longer conversations or longer voice notes, for example. And then you press it again, then it switches back to the earbuds. It has beamforming technology in there, so that way when you're speaking to it, it picks up your voice accurately and is better, especially when you have environmental noise around you. It's super impressive the way that it works as well. I think it's kind of smart with what they've done with the case here. So basically the voice goes from the case to the earbuds that's in there, so the earbuds, and then back, so via Bluetooth, and then back to the phone. So this all process just happens so quickly that you probably wouldn't even notice that it's happening when it's doing it. So you won't notice it. That's one thing that's also quite impressive. So the whole thing is just pretty cool. Super mic, we work with apps like Zoom, Teams, Google Meet, WhatsApp, and WeChat, and so on and so forth. You can also use that voice memo feature with iOS or iOS Memo. If you have Blackmagic app as well, you'll be able to use that with that feature. Here's the kicker though. It's not optimized for in-app voice notes. So like when you're using WhatsApp, for example, this is not optimized for that. So in that kind of case, it would go back to the phone's microphone and use the microphone from there to record your voice notes when using in-app features on WhatsApp. Back to the earbuds though. We have 3 directional microphones in there plus bone conduction voice pickup units that's placed in the earbuds. And with this, it just means you get voice clarity, so especially in noisier environment, so it works really well. During my time with it so far, it works really well, especially when it's windy here in London at the moment. It works in terms of picking up my voice as well as being able to hear sound without all that environmental noise affecting the sound quality or sound experience. Onto the sound quality, which is very important. We have a redesigned 12mm dynamic driver in there. The diaphragm uses PMI dome, which is lighter and also very rigid, and you also couple that with TPU surround, which means you now get a controlled sound and deeper bass. What does all that mean in reality? You get wider soundstage, you get really clean highs as well, balanced mids and deeper bass. So when you listen to music, you can sort of balance it, especially using that equalizer as well if you really need to. But we'll go through the app as well to see what you can actually do in that area. stereo. It doesn't stop there though as well, because transparency mode is also improved with all that technology just placed in this tiny little unit. For the battery, we're talking 5.5 hours with adaptive noise cancellation on. And then with the case, we're looking at extending that to 22 hours. You have wireless charging, like I said already, and 10 minutes of USB-C charging on this will give you 10 hours of playback time, which I think is really good. You also get LDAC support and high resolution music certified. This is IP54 water and dust resistant rated. And you can get low latency mode, which is useful for gamers, and you can turn that on or off in app. So when you load up the app, which is available on iOS and also Android operating system, you have left and right battery information. So we have 100% at the moment. We scroll up, we see more options. So for example, you can turn on noise cancellation there, or you can have it off, or you can have transparency mode if you wish to do so. So when you go to noise cancellation, you can change the level. So you have low, mid, high, and adaptive. Normally I have mine on high because of the environment that I use it in. Most of the time, I need to have it as high as possible. In transparency mode, there's no options, and then off just means off. Spatial audio is available as well, which is good for cinema. So when you're watching movies, this would be really good. You have fixed static spatial audio, or you can turn it off completely. And then you have that super mic option, so you can turn that on and off as well. You have bass enhancement, so you can have that on and change the levels as well. So you have up to level 5 of bass enhancement, but I tend to have it as low as possible and turn it off when I'm listening to music that doesn't require that extra level of bass in what I'm doing. With the super mic, you can see there, you can turn it on and off. You've also got earbuds, walkie-talkie mode. You can use it in there as well for that, which is kind of cool as well. Just extra features that you might use or might not use, entirely up to you. And one thing I find about super mic so far is it takes a bit of getting used to with the way that you use it with the case. But once you get used to it, it's pretty straightforward and really good as well. The sound quality is actually pretty good. And then when we go into personalized audio, like before, you can have your own personalized audio profile. You just have to do the process. I don't use that at all because I just like what's already there in terms of the sound signature. And then we go down, we have low latency mode or low lag mode, which is good for gaming. And then you also have the control settings as well. So you can do things like double pinch, triple pinch, pinch and hold, and also double pinch and hold to do different settings. So you can play around with that and do whatever you want to do with that. Then you have device settings and also dual connection mode. So if you have multiple devices, you can tap that on and you can do whatever you want with that. So pretty straightforward and very easy to use in terms of the app and actual device itself. So how does it sound when you're using that super mic? So this is an example right now using super mic and voice memo app on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, which camera am I pointed to? And then we're going to switch it off and go back to the iPhone microphone to see the difference. So that's now off. And then now we're using iPhone microphone to see the difference. So let us know if you think this sounds better or the other one. Listening back to that super mic feature there, you can tell that the case is pointing the mic using that beamforming technology, just making sure that it's getting your voice and ignoring the ambient noise in the environment, which is what it's designed to do. I wouldn't use this on a daily basis for just general usage, like in this kind of environment in here. I probably wouldn't use that, but if I'm in a noisy environment, this would definitely come into play and this would become very useful. So that's pretty much my conclusion on that super mic feature. In terms of the sound quality, I think the sound excellent. In terms of the bass, the clarity in the mids as well, in the high, and then the balanced mids, it just sounds really good. Soundstage is nice and wide. It's just, honestly, for the price point, I think you are getting a bargain for what these are. The comfortability is good as well, although it could fit a bit better so that it doesn't feel like it's going to drop off when your ears start to get sweaty, which unfortunately, it will happen when you're wearing in-ear earbuds. That's basically that. But overall though, I think excellent all round for nothing there. They've done a really good job here. And I love that they're forward thinking in thinking of ways to improve this and just add extra features that you and I will find useful. But over to you, let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you have any questions, drop them there as well. Should you buy this? I think absolutely consider it. If you have that sort of price point for this, it's really good. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe.